Well, hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. Well, the brown turkey hen there in the middle pen, I know y'all can barely see her, has been sitting on chicken eggs and turkey eggs. It's this weekend, which is a couple days away, will be 2 weeks of her sitting. I don't know how long it takes on a turkey egg, but I know it takes 21 days, I think, on a chicken egg. So I decided I'd candle the eggs. I did have one bust, and I know she kicked it out of the nest because the shell was out there on the ground. Now, if chickens had broke one, they'll eat every part of the shell, but she didn't. She just kicked it out of the nest. But I decided I'd candle them, so I got me one of my strong, bright headlamps and went out there with my jacket and she got up to drink water, so I thought now's a good time. And I went inside, got my jacket, got my headlamp, come out, and she was starting to get back on them, so I went on in there and moved her before she got down good. And I candled all the eggs. She had 4 turkey eggs up under, and it looked to me like one of the 4 was not fertile. I didn't see any discoloration inside the egg or anything. So I set it to the side. And then I went through 14 chicken eggs, and I found 3 that had no darkness in them whatsoever. It's just like shining a light through a regular egg. So those 3 were not fertile. All the rest of them were very dark. So, you know, they're 2/3 of the way through their incubation time. So I actually saw movement in a couple of them. Can I guarantee that they're all fertile? No. And from my experience on hatching eggs in that incubator that I've got, even if they are moving and I know they're fertile, sometimes they just don't hatch. They die in the egg. So I'm not counting my chickens before or my turkeys before they hatch. But I've got 3 eggs up under her that are turkeys that I'm pretty sure are fertile. And I've got 10 eggs up under her now that I'm pretty sure are fertile eggs. So hopefully I will get at least half of those eggs to hatch and survive. So yesterday when I got home, the chicken waterer, which I got it zoomed in so it's hard for me to see, the chicken water right there. That's why I got that T-post in there so they can't knock it out. It normally slides to the right when they push on it. They knocked it out. That rooster I had in there, I did give away. I rehomed him. The little black and brown one. He was very soft and pretty, but I rehomed him and gave him to a guy at work. And once he gets his coop redone bigger, he's planning on coming back and getting a hen. He's got 4 hens, but no rooster. So now he's got a rooster that he can introduce to those hens. And I told him he could have another hen, you know, if he took that. So he may come back and get a hen down the road. But anyway, they knocked that waterer out. And the whole, this half of this pen right here, I'm going to zoom back out. This front half of this pen and all out in front of this pen was just flooded because it was running pretty good and looked like it'd been running for a few hours. So I straightened it up and corrected that, but made their pen all nasty and muddy. So anyway, I haven't collected eggs yet today. I was really wanting to candle those eggs that she's sitting on. That was my goal for today. And I'm pleased with 10 chicken eggs and 3 turkey eggs that seem to be fertile. So if I can hatch, you know, half or better of those, I'll be happy. And I actually went in Tractor Supply today, and they've got some Rhode Island Reds in there. They're $3.99 a piece. So, you know, if I can hatch 10 would be great, but they're not all Rhode Island Red eggs. But if I can get a half a dozen Rhode Island Reds out of it, I can increase my egg production once they get old enough, about 5-6 months. But I have counted to see how many eggs the other pens have left. I've got 5 eggs in this pen with the Wyandottes and the Rhode Island and Blue Orpingtons, and the Rhode Island Reds had 7. But there's one of those Rhode Island Reds that likes to lay later in the afternoon, And since times changed, you know, I've got 3 hours roughly from coming home from work before dark. I didn't collect them because one of them does like to lay late. And I got 7 a few days ago, and then I went back to lock the pens up when they went to roost at night, and there was another egg in there. So I've got 8 hens over there. I typically get 8 eggs, but so I'm just gonna wait. See, looks like they're starting to get ready to go to roost now, and we're 45 minutes before dark. But I know some of you don't like it, but you know, that golden rooster, he fought with everybody else here. He was picking on the hens. He was picking on my brown turkey that's sitting on eggs, making her get up off the eggs. He grabbed her in the head and was pulling her out of the nest. And that's a turkey that's bigger than him. So when he done that the second time, I got up and I grabbed him from inside the pen. I put him out here, and Junior was chasing him, and then they separated and they were fine. And then a little bit later, he came back out and got close to Junior, and Junior chased him again, and he flew over the fence. So my 12 gauge and him had an intimate meeting, and I used him as bait in my live trap back there, because we've got a really big bobcat on camera in back there where we hunt. I've got a good sized fox on camera, and like I've told y'all before, my neighbor about a quarter mile down had a fox kill most of her chickens except for I think one rooster. So you know, I'm trying to see if I can't catch them in that live trap and get them away from my property. But I actually caught a coon in there last night, the first night, not last night, but the first night I had it out there, which is night before last. I actually caught a coon in it. He decided he'd get him some free chicken, and me and the coon parted ways. So I left what was left of the chicken in there, and I went back there today when I got home, and nothing. And the coon is still laying over where I threw it also. So, you know, no luck with the fox or the. I was kind of hoping maybe the hawk would go up in there. I don't know if that's ever happened, but you know, at least I'm trying something. But I've let them out, and every time I walk away and go inside, I had supper a little while ago, you know, whatever. All the chickens either come to this corner right here or get in their roost, you know, in their pen. And that's okay, but I know that's not normal for my chickens. If I'm out here, they come out and they scratch and eat and do their stuff. But I'd really like to make sure there was no hawk here. A buddy of mine told me to buy me one of them fake owls and mount it on top of my chicken pen up here, and that would deter the hawk. And I may do that. But right now, I've been spending my little bit of extra energy on trying to get the holes dug to get the goat pen done. That's going to go from the front edge over yonder all the way down past that big old cedar tree there and across and back to the back corner of this. And I'm hoping I can put Sparky in there, and he will learn to be a livestock guardian dog. Protect the goats and help protect the chickens, because he'll be able to run around 2/3, two sides of their pen, and hopefully deter predators from messing with my chickens. But as of now, ever since that hawk killed one, I still lock their doors at night, lock them up in their pen, and I let them out when I get home. And I spend most of my time in the evening from whenever time I get home until dark. About 90% of my time is spent out here around the chicken pen trying to give them time to scratch and enjoy, being out of the pen. But have not gotten that hawk yet, and that's kind of disappointing. But you see I got my 12 gauge on the swing there. So I leave it out here when I'm out here, and if I need it, I can grab it pretty quick. But the chickens are doing fine. I haven't lost any more. Those 2 roosters were a problem, and introducing adult chickens into existing flocks is always a little controversial. But you know, it was either that or the owners were going to dispatch them themselves. At least I found home for one of them, so I saved one out of two. But the turkeys are doing well. Tom pretty much is not strutting anymore. I think I saw him fluff out 3 or 4 days ago, and half his tail feathers have fallen out. So I guess the turkey mating season is about over, and I don't hear the hens making near as much noise as they were. I think I've only gotten one turkey egg from this black turkey hen, in the last week. So she's just about quit laying, if not quit. And you know, I'm guessing that time of the year is over with. But you know, I'm gonna try to let this hen finish setting, and before those chickens hatch, I'm going to get a board and cut it and make a ramp that'll come down to the ground so that the baby chicks will be easy to get in and out of the nesting box. And after they are, you know, a week or two old, if the weather's warm enough, then, you know, I won't worry about them. But I'm not planning on taking them from the hen. I work too much, you know. I'm gone 10, 11, 12 hours a day at least, and I don't want to leave them locked up in a brooder in the house. I'd rather let her do the job she wanted to do. So that's my plan. But I haven't dug any more on the holes. I did start, and I had some company over last night that didn't leave till after dark, so I didn't get anything done yesterday. But and I've got to work tomorrow, which y'all will probably get this Friday morning. And so I've got to work, and then this is the men's group meeting weekend from church. We do the third weekend of the month, but they've canceled it for this month because conflict with women's group or something, you know, scheduling conflict. And but I've got some actual security team training that me and another guy paid for out of our own pockets, for firearms and other security type training, Saturday after lunch for about 4 or 5 hours. So, you know, I've got a busy weekend plus security duty at church Sunday. And look how dark those are. Some of those blooms are just so dark. But so I've got a busy weekend. I'm gonna try to get a video done for you guys, but not gonna promise there'll be one out Monday. So you'll get this one for Friday, most likely, if I get time to upload it in the morning. And I appreciate you guys watching the channel. So thank you very much. Remember what I always tell you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe and be prepared.